Okay, children. Now, here's the continuation of what I was teaching you. I explained you about, in fact, I calculated two different values of the gravitational force of attraction. One was between two very, very minute masses, and the other was between large masses. Okay, that is the moon and the earth. And from that, what conclusion did I draw? I drew the following conclusion. Number one, the gravitational force of attraction is always attractive in nature. Secondly, the gravitational force is directly proportional to the product of the masses. If you look at the formula, which I explained to you here, see, it is directly proportional to the product of the masses and inversely proportional to the square of the distance of separation between the between the two masses. And the last thing which I discussed was that it is significant for heavenly bodies. That is, when the masses are huge, then the value of the gravitational force is quite significant. And if it is only for smaller masses, it will be just a very small value. Okay. Fine. So these are the points for you to remember about the gravitational forces existing between two masses. Now, what does the law of gravitation focus at? Or what does the law of gravitation explain us about? How can we apply this law? Actually, children, you all know that we have studied that the planets revolve around the sun in fixed orbits. Similarly, the motion of the moon around the earth, because the moon is the satellite of the earth. So if you want to explain this motion of the planets around the sun, or the motion of the moon around the earth, or in the other way, when you release a body on the surface of the earth, why does it fall freely towards the earth? How do you explain it? You explain it in terms of the law of gravitation, because just now we have studied that every object is pulled towards the center of the earth, because there is a gravitational force of attraction existing between them. And similarly, there is a gravitational force of attraction existing between the planets and the sun, and of course between the moon and the earth. We have just calculated the value of the gravitational force of attraction existing between the moon and the earth, and that is 2 into 10 to power 20 newtons. So due to this gravitational force of attraction, the moon remains in revolving around the earth, and similarly the planets revolve around the sun, and the objects fall towards the surface of the, or the center of the earth, okay, due to the gravitational force. Right, children? Now let us look at the force due to gravity, that is this gravitational force. If I want to calculate the value of the force of gravity, how do I calculate? Now, let us suppose that according to the law of gravitation, we all know that the earth is going to attract each and every object around it towards the center. And that force with which the earth will attract the object towards itself is known as the force of gravity. Okay. Children, don't get confused between acceleration due to gravity and force of gravity. These are two different things. Force of gravity is the force existing between the object and the earth, while acceleration due to gravity is the change in velocity or the increase in velocity brought about by the force of gravity. Okay. Now, this force of gravity, if I want to calculate the force of gravity, how do I go about it? Let us suppose that the object on the surface of the earth is represented by small m, the mass of the earth is represented by capital M, and the radius of the earth is represented by capital R. So we use the formula, that is F is gmm upon r square, and we substitute the values. The mass of the earth, of course, will be given to you, and I consider that the mass is a point mass, that is 1 kg, the mass of the object on the earth. And this is the radius of the earth which will be provided to you. These are fixed values. I substitute the values. Again, what do? I segregate. I told you how do I go about the calculations. I separate out the values and the powers. Okay. Now here you can see that I have taken 6.37 twice, and 10 to the power 6 becomes double, that is 12, because it is r square. Okay. I keep the values on one side and the powers to be taken, that is 24 minus 11 minus 12 right? And when I work out this calculation, it comes to 9.8 newtons. Now, what is this 9.8 newtons, children? This is the force of gravity with which a mass is being pulled by the earth towards its center. So how do I define it? I say that the earth attracts a mass of 1 kg, okay, by a force of attraction towards the center, and that is equal to 9.8 newtons. And what is this force called, children? It is called the force due to gravity. Okay, children. So how do we calculate the force of gravity? You have seen I use the formula, that is the universal law of gravitational formula. I substitute the value of the mass of the earth, then the mass of the object, which is taken as 1 kg, and of course the radius of the earth, and I calculate the value and it works out to 9.8 newtons. Okay, this is the force of gravity, force due to gravity, with which the object, due to which the object is pulled towards the center of the earth. Okay, and very important for you to note here is that as the earth, now here the value is 9.8 newtons. This is the value of the force due to gravity with which the earth pulls the object. But according to the universal law of gravitation, what does it state? That it is a mutual force of attraction. Not only the earth attracts the object, but the object will also attract the earth. Right? So here, that is what am I saying? That as the earth attracts an object towards it, the object will also attract the earth towards itself, according to the universal law of gravitation, by an equal force. But since the object is free to move, so the object will fall towards the earth, towards the center of the earth, but earth will not move towards the object. Why will the earth not get attracted? Because it has a huge mass, it has got a large inertia, so the earth will not move towards the object, but the object will fall towards the center of the earth. It could be asked as a reasoning question that according to the universal law of gravitation, if the earth is pulling the object towards itself, the object is also pulling the earth towards itself, then why is it that only the object falls towards the center of the earth? Why? Because the object is first of all free to move. It is a very small mass, and we have studied, children, that smaller the mass, smaller will be the inertia. But on the other hand, the earth has a huge mass, and therefore it's got a large inertia, and it will not move towards the object. Okay, children. So this is all in today's class. I want you to focus on, very quickly, I want you to focus on the universal law. You have to learn the statement for the universal law of gravitation and the formula, that is F is equal to gmm m1 m2 upon r square. Then after that, you should know how can we find out, how can we actually calculate the unit for the gravitational constant, which is Newton meter square per kg square, and it has got a fixed value 6.67 into 10 to power minus 11. That is the fixed value for the gravitational constant, right, children? After that, if you are asked simple 2 marks or maybe 3 marks numerical problems, that is, you will be given the point masses, the distance of separation. You have to find out the value of the gravitational force of attraction between them. You can calculate. Similarly, you will be given the mass of the moon, earth, and the distance between them, and you have to calculate the force of attraction between the moon and the earth. That also could be calculated. Finally, what points do you come to know from the formula? That the force, gravitation force, is always attractive. It is directly proportional to the product of the masses and inversely proportional to the square of separation between them, and it is more significant to the heavenly bodies with large masses, and it has got a very small value for point masses on the surface of the earth, right, children? After that, we could focus on and the law of gravitation explains the motion of the planets around the sun and the motion of the moon around the earth, as well as why do objects fall towards the center of the earth, could be explained by it. And finally, we calculated the value of the force due to gravity on the surface of the earth, that is for a point mass, okay, and that worked out to 9.8 newtons. And we should also know that not only the earth attracts the object towards itself, but the object also attracts the earth. But because the earth has a huge inertia and a huge mass, the object moves towards the earth or falls towards the earth. The earth never moves towards the object. So please focus on all these things, and there are only few more topics left which I will be covering in my next class. Okay, thank you very much, children.